The reason we have the account type versus a reporting type is how you want an account to behave when you do a GL entry would be the account type. That's where I say it's an AP or an AR account, and I need to pick the vendor or customer when I try and do a GL entry. Versus reporting type is how I want it to behave on, say, a balance sheet. I want it to group as an accounts receivable and behave like that and be included in that total, but I need to be able to do a direct entry to that account, so I don't want to say that it's an accounts receivable account, for example. The other item here is the fixed assets and inventory on the balance sheet and how they reside in the operating units. And do you need location-based duplicate accounts? You don't, because of the branch tagging. So in the case here where I have, vehicles under fixed assets, if I go into view branch settings, I now have, because I'm under full access, master access, I have options of which operating units or branches I want to allow it to be linked to. Now that's important because that will then create a code based off of this report code here where it says, okay, I now have that account for vehicles, but I'm also going to link it to the branch or the operating unit to form a full account number. And that becomes important because if I'm in a branch or full access mode where I'm doing a GL entry, I'm able to then go in and say I want to identify the specific account and branch or operating unit that I'm doing the entry for. So that's where I get these options. So you see the 1010, the 1015, the 1020 in this case. Those would be your operating unit numbers, 1, 8, 1000, etc. I can define the account and the linked operating unit to it so that when I run balance sheets, if I go into change branch and I go to branch number 2 here and I run a balance sheet and I say show all counts, I'm going to indent sub accounts just to make it a little easier to see it. If I go there and you see 1600 is here and 1610 for vehicles shows 75,000, which is the balance for just branch 2. But if I go in here and I say I want to see this branch group and I go into the same exact report, same date range, I'm going to say show all accounts so that you get everything. I'm going to indent sub accounts. In here, you're going to see 1610 again under 1600, but you see the balance is much higher because it's bringing in multiple branches, as we call it, or multiple operating units into the one balance sheet. Okay. So what that'll do is allow you to group those accounts together depending on how you want to report, and to go back to the account types or the report account types, that's where this will come in. So if I say consolidate to report account type, for example, that's where it'll roll everything right up to just accounts payable, credit card, current liability, basically the list you have in your email there. It'll roll everything together based on how you set up that reporting type on the account.
We are Plexxis!